And we are rolling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another installment of BBMT. If you can notice with your eyes, it's a little more magical in here than usual. But if you can notice with your ears, it's the same fucking thing you hear every week, almost. If you're joining us here for the first time, my name is John.
I'm Harry, the human form of a vulture.
I'm Lucas, just
And
a guy.
And I'm Jason, fellow man.
Yeah.
But if you're joining us again, thank you for sticking with us for so long. Like I said, we like to do a little fun with the studio recently. We got some new shit. We got a shelf over here. We got this ore that somebody broke at the lake house a while ago.
Name names.
That's a whole ass story right there.
Somebody. Yeah, we'll get into all of that. But Merry Christmas. It is November, so it's Christmas.
Mm-hmm. November's not over, which means our faces are still hairy.
That's right.
Full stash.
Still gross.
They're really nice. We'll hit you with some exclusive
Should
content
have
of
zoomed
that
in
later.
on this guy.
But also, what's different about this episode is that Jason's back.
Hey! Yes, I was away, wedding my brother and his fiance.
Bet.
To be
Wedded.
For those of you that care to know, there was a situation. So, little backstory: I had purchased this merino wool turtleneck. In my head, I had visions of wearing a turtleneck down there, but I had sort of forgotten my calculations that it is the state of North Carolina, and it's always
Warm.
70 degrees down there, and it would prove to be that this particular weekend was no different. So I bought it, not thinking, and I was like, you know what? Like, I made the purchase. I should at least bring it down. Who knows what it'll do for me? I knew I wouldn't wear it, but I'd like to have it just to say that I had it.
Yeah.
Maybe show it off. Doesn't matter. And I brought my regular button-down shirt. Lo and behold, day of the wedding, my dad and I are dressed in our suits. We're sitting out on Alex's father-in-law's back deck, just chilling. I get a phone call. We got an emergency.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And I said, what happened? He goes, there's a stain on my shirt. And I said,
And the bride didn't show.
and the bride didn't show. Well, this was before. This is when all the guys were getting ready. I should have mentioned that. But I said, okay, well, we'll see what we can do. And I go upstairs, and Alex is ironing his shirt. And surely enough, there's like this big ass, like a bunch of splotchy, they're like rust stains. For those of you that have ever had to iron something important in a hotel, you'll know what I'm talking about, because when the iron's not used frequently enough, like there's just a buildup of stuff in the hole.
yeah.
So you go to steam it,
Oh,
and it just
shit.
splatters shit. And usually in the moment you don't notice, but as soon as you're done ironing and you like, you examine your shirt,
Right.
you
Just
just see
rust stains
yeah,
all
just
over your
splashes.
fucking
Oh,
shirt.
fuck.
And it wasn't even a place that you could hide it. It wasn't on the back. It was literally right next to the buttons. And
Oh, no.
and
So
he
why you
wasn't,
bring
and he
your own
wasn't wearing
iron?
a tie.
No.
Well, it was his father-in-law's house, If it's not a public use iron, you expect it
Right,
not to shame them. It happens. I don't
Right.
use a fucking iron, but
Certainly wouldn't clean it.
so, yeah. Well, point is, I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, I guess this is fate. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, I'll be right back. And I go out to the car, and through my bag, I dig out
The fucking turtleneck?
the turtleneck.
This is
Hell
nice.
yeah.
Sweater. And I said, Alex, because I love you and because you're my brother, I am prepared to give you the shirt off my back.
Literally.
Literally.
And he
That's
goes,
love.
well, you can wear my shirt. And I'm like, first of all, I'm the fucking officiant. I'm not wearing
Yeah.
your
Right.
disgusting blah. My shirt had flowers on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Love
Hell
that
yeah.
shirt. So I'm not going to wear that, Mr. Rust Stain.
That dog shit of a shirt.
And I pull out my turtleneck. It's black merino wool.
Love it.
Really nice. And,
What color was his suit jacket?
So his navy blue. It was perfect because the little
Yeah.
flowers on my shirt. So his original shirt was like a really, really, really light blue. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
Okay.
which, amazingly enough, was the same color as the base layer of my dress shirt.
Oh,
So
wow.
basically, my dress shirt was like his, but with personality.
Yeah.
Right.
It had little flowers.
It had
all
character.
Over it. Exactly.
Yeah.
And the flowers were the same color as the suit jacket, complemented perfectly.
Dude, fucking nice, man.
Awesome. And he fit in it, which was miraculous. The neck was a little too tight, but that's because he has a horse neck, and I am a human being.
Right. And I bought this at TJ Maxx, not the barn store.
Yeah.
So
He's got a bucket of a neck.
yeah, he rocks like a 17 and a half inch.
Yeah,
neck.
exactly.
Like 40-year-old
Shit.
dads have
Yeah.
that size.
Shit, son.
So, so I put my turtleneck on, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I take my single gold chain out, and I walk out, and my brother goes, "You look like The Rock." And he was trying to make fun of me, but it was the best compliment I could have
Right,
received.
right.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't want to look
You
like
can't
Dwayne
you can't
The
tell
Rock
someone they
Johnson?
look like The Rock and
Yeah, and
expect it to be
to
an
like
insult.
land in a negative
Right.
way.
It's like,
no
oh,
way.
fuck you.
Dude,
I was-
whenever I see that, I know exactly what photo of The Rock he was talking
Yeah.
about.
The one where he's
too.
wearing the fanny pack.
He's just
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
And I
He's
want to
leaning
dress
on the-
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, so I'm out here looking like The Rock circa 1995.
Which is so fine.
Totally shameless. I mean, it was great. I will admit that it was a little warm, but you know, it's fine. I think I would have sweat whether it was a button down or whatever, because
Right.
I had like a suit jacket on.
Beauty costs and beauty pays.
Yeah. Fashion is
That's
pain.
what they say.
That's what
That's
they
what
say.
this pillow says, actually.
It's
actually what this pillow
it's the
right here says.
season beauty is
Cause
pain.
beauty
Yeah,
pay.
go ahead
Right.
and take that home with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the ceremony went really, really well.
Dang.
Everyone, so I will say, and this is not going to be complimentary to the South, but basically once you crossed the Mason-Dixon line, it's like nothing was going on in the world. Like,
Funny.
yeah. So we got out of the car at a gas station, like right outside the city where we were trying to be. And like we got out of the car and people were looking at us funny because we had
Yeah.
masks on and we like,
Right.
you know, washed our hands and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And,
they
everyone
were
was
like,
getting
"We
out
don't
of
give
their
a
fucking
shit."
humongous trucks, like, what the fuck are these people?
Yeah.
Right.
They're
Like,
sitting there with their hands in other people's mouths.
yeah,
Like,
basically.
Right.
Like none of the employees at the gas station were wearing anything. Like it was a mess.
They
No one was
spit,
giving-
they
It was
spit
a
cleaned everything.
mess.
they're coughing into your elbow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No one was giving a rat's ass.
Yeah. And that was basically the story. But when I was really happy to see that when we got to the actual ceremony, what part of the wedding favors was so my brother-in-law's or my new sister-in-law's grandfather started this chemical company down in North Carolina. And back when you guys remember the H1N1?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I
outbreak?
remember that bad boy.
So when that
Bad
was sort of
boy.
catching on, his company developed this spray, which is called a viricide. So basically, any like bacteria that float into a mask that has been sprayed with this stuff gets killed on contact, and it's good.
No
you
shit.
can wash the mask 30 times. And then, I mean, it washes away after the 30th, and it gets weaker over time. But that was
Yeah.
part of the wedding favor. Everyone got this mask with this
fuck.
Viroblock stuff in it.
Nice.
So everyone's all masked up when we're wandering around, and they take their seats, and it was really beautiful.
Masked up
ceremony. It was
Show me how to party?
24 masked up shardies.
That's dope.
Fuck me.
But it was good. I will say, so we stayed at my brother's in-laws' house the first night, and then he had gotten a hotel. It was the hotel that my whole family would have stayed at had it not been for, you know,
COVID.
if things had happened
right.
the way they were supposed to. And it was a country inn and suites, and I'm gonna put him on blast for a second.
Oh
Bet.
boy.
I love putting
'Cause
businesses on blast.
this
Yeah, me too.
this was the worst
Go off, sis.
residence in
He's
a
taking it
hotel
slow.
I've ever had.
Yeah.
I'm trying to choose my
Oh, no,
word.
I
can
love it.
see the blood
Yeah, exactly.
boil.
So we walk in, start right from the beginning. We walk in the door, and I notice on either side of the door there are signs that say, "Thank you for not smoking." I said, "Bet."
Okay.
But
All right.
welcome.
Bet.
Inside?
No, on like the entry, you know how
Oh,
there's
okay,
always
okay,
a
okay.
sliding
Yeah,
door
yeah,
to
yeah.
get into
Yeah, right.
hotels, and then another sliding door, then you're in the lobby.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was
It's
like
the
that.
vestibule.
That's right, exactly. Good word.
Thank you.
Damn.
And so I see those signs, and I say, "All right, cool. Yeah, you shouldn't be smoking right out front. That's rude." And then I peek around the corner, you know, to either side of the vestibule.
And the receptionist is smoking.
No, there's an ashtray on either side, like you know the ashtrays that sit on
Yeah.
top of a garbage can.
yeah.
And there were people smoking on either side of the doors. And I look just like a foot past that, and there's a sign that says "designated smoking area."
What the fuck?
And I'm like, "Well, this is
Okay.
just poor planning."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "All right, well, it's weird as fuck, but you know there are less rules down
The
here
fucking
because,
South, man.
because the South will rise again."
Right. Let's remind the audience that nobody gives a rat's ass in the South.
Yeah.
Carolinas.
Represent. Anyway, we go in, and there is a receptionist or you know someone working the front desk. No masks, none of that. A plexiglass barrier that they like reach under to like give you shit.
So you
That they
still
s-
have
That they
contact?
Damn
spit
it.
under.
Right, yeah. Room key.
It's a spit handshake.
That's your. That's how you
the
get
fuck?
it, and you gotta dap
Yeah.
up, covered in your fucking spit.
Blood oath.
Blood oath.
So we get the keys and we're going up the stairs. I'm like helping my brother with his bags because he was staying there the first night, and then he was gonna have Leah, his now wife, stay with him in there the second night as like a suite, you know.
Right.
And he said he booked a suite and he thought it had like 2 or 3 beds, so I can stay in that room with them so that I don't have to like share a room with my parents. And I was like, oh, awesome. And it was like the best quote unquote room in the fucking building.
I love
And
where
as
this is
we're
going.
walking up the stairs, and there are actively, and this is like the stairs from the lobby. His room's
Yeah.
only on the 2nd floor.
How many
there's,
floors
like,
are there?
4.
Okay.
We're walking up the stairs, and there are clumps of dirt on the stairs, as though someone had come in with like shit kicker boots.
Yeah.
And like even then, I wasn't like finding them necessarily because it's it's the South and it's not. It's like
Everyone's
the
got
Eastern,
shit
or it's
kickers.
Western North Carolina. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
it could happen.
Right.
Whatever.
Not uncommon.
And we open up into Al's room, and it is this sweet. First thing we're hit by is the smell.
Thank God. I hope you were say smell.
Yeah. So we walk in.
Thank God you smelled something.
Yeah.
The story is so good. So far.
We walk inside, and it's like if you were to live inside a pack of cigarettes.
I knew it. I knew it was gonna be smoke.
And not just any pack, like the pack where someone smokes the butt and then puts it back
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
to, like,
right.
Just save it for later.
Right.
Oh,
It smelled like that.
Dude, that shit's so nasty.
I mean, it was wild. It smelled like that, and then like
What?
wet weed. Like it
is,
was.
this is a Best Western. Is that
This is
what
a
you said?
Country Inn and Suites.
Was
You
it-
heard me.
Was this a
Call out.
smoking room or a non-smoking?
Non-smoking room. I don't think any of the rooms
It's
were
the best room in the
smoking.
hotel.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
supposed to be. It was certainly the most expensive.
They had the designated smoking area downstairs in the lobby.
In the
So,
lobby.
The room, to give you a sense of the room, it's like it's probably 2.5 times as long as the studio is. Right, so headed that way. There's a kitchenette with a full-size fridge, which is most of the reason why Alex got it, so my parents could like store like
Beer
a
and
cheese
shit in
board
there.
and stuff
Yeah,
in there,
right.
like a bunch of beer. And you walk in, so we're immediately hit by the smell, and then the fact that in the room there is just this kitchenette to the left, and it is a mostly empty room. There is a small table with 4 chairs,
No beds.
a couch, and 2 chairs. Not nearly enough furniture to make the space feel homey
Okay.
at all. So we like set our stuff down really slowly. And
The
we're
floor gives out.
Yeah. And we're like walking around, and Alex stops and he goes, "Leah's gonna kill me."
Yeah.
Oh
And
man.
I'm like, "Why? Like this isn't."
Oh no.
Well, I was actually laughing. I'm like, "You mean she's not gonna stay
Yeah.
here?" And he goes, "No, dude. Like you don't get it. Like I have to stay in some shitty hotels for work, but Leah does not get down like that." And I
Yeah,
said,
right.
"Yeah, frankly, I don't fucking get down like
Yeah.
this either, Alex." Like,
That's funny you mentioned that because I want to fucking leave.
yeah. So we
Really
go,
not having a great time.
Yeah.
and we're like examining the furniture in there.
And the
and
dead hobo behind
I think
it.
I got rid of the photos because they were
Oh,
just too painful to look
no.
at. But the chair had like buku stains on it. I mean,
Oh no.
like you don't see this many stains
Blood.
on a toddler's furniture. You
Cum.
know, it's
Right.
who knows?
Shit.
blood,
who knows what
cum,
it- yeah.
eggs.
Right.
Egg
Like
whites.
there's cigarette burns in the
Right.
carpet.
Oh. Well,
There
that
was-
explains the cigarettes.
Yeah.
Complimentary glass dick in the nightstand.
So we go into like the bedroom. First of all, there are no other beds. It is one bedroom. And the pillows on the bed are like couch cushion sized.
Okay.
It's not a full pillow. It's a half pillow.
Okay.
And there's just like 6 half pillows. And it's like, why wouldn't you just spring for the full pillow?
right.
And we look under the chairs and stuff. We were inspecting for like bugs, but there's
Yeah.
food. There's food under the chairs.
No, there is
What?
not.
There
dude.
is in the bedroom.
like chicken nuggets.
There's what looks like it's just like crumbs.
Oh
you know,
my
like crumbs of shit.
No one fucking.
Did no
cleans
one
this.
fucking clean the place?
So we go into the bedroom and we're
Figure
looking
everyone
up at the
staying in
wall,
there is bougie. You know how to clean that.
Yeah.
at the Country Inn and Suites, and we go and look in the wall in the bedroom. There's what looks like we can't tell if it's caulk or a spitball. like a sizable spitball
Yeah.
on the wall over the door. And like we stand there and we're like inspecting it. I'm like, what do you think it is? My dad's like, you should touch it. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking touch this,
You
Dad.
touch it, it's just a spider nest or
Yeah,
some
and it
shit.
just explodes.
God.
Alex goes into the bathroom. There's a hole in the corner of the tub where you would like place soap that someone tried to cover up with like caulk or something, but now it just looks like a hole in the tub covered in dried cum or something.
Yeah.
What
Like
the
it
fuck?
was
Oh
terrible.
my god,
It was
dude.
fucking terrible. And then we go to my parents' room, and it just smells like stale booze. Like if you were to
That's
rinse,
bad.
if you were to rinse a bottle of beer out and
Yeah.
then let it dry and then hop in there
Yeah.
for the night,
I
Yeah.
Just
it
like
smelled that.
like a
hate that smell.
like when your recycling bin is like left in the sun.
Yeah,
after
yeah.
empty-
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Every time my dumbass roommates in college, not Coleman or Nate, the other ones,
Mhm.
every time they had a party at our house, the house would stink like that the next
Oh my
day.
Yeah.
god, dude.
I'd walk out of my room like, okay.
It was so foul. And so we're like going back and forth, and I'm like, so what's our game plan? What are we doing? Like, how do we get out of this?
Yeah.
And Alex is like, look, maybe we'll just stay here for the night and then we'll get another room tomorrow night. I'm like, well, I don't like that, but if that's our proposition, then okay.
Right.
And my dad's like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to just stay here for the 2 nights, or do you want to? I'm like, no, Dad, I don't.
I
Like,
think we
of
should get
course
the
I don't.
fuck out of here.
Like, I
We
don't
should
want to
get
stay
our
here for
money back.
tonight, but if
Do-
I'm not,
right.
Do you feel comfortable or have any idea how much a night was there?
It was like COVID prices affected stuff, so it was
Yeah.
in the like anywhere between $100 and $200.
Okay.
A night still.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck? I've stayed at places that was like $80 a night, and it sounds way better than that.
So
Yeah.
we stay the night, and I am displeased. I am like, you know, when you're
On
sitting
edge.
on gross, literally sitting on the edge of
Yeah.
furniture.
Yeah.
I didn't see any signs of bed bugs, thank God, because that was like my number one concern at the time.
That's the one thing they don't have.
Right. Yeah. They have all
We
the
can
other
add it for you
amenities.
if you want.
Yeah.
It'll cost you.
It'll
though.
cost
will
you
cost.
extra. And next to my parents' room, this was the kicker. The room
Communal
next to
bathroom.
my parents' room
One
was just a pile of garbage next to the door.
Like trash bags
Like
or like
yes, and also just like loose garbage.
just oh
and it wasn't like,
dude,
and it wasn't like travel garbage. You know, it wasn't fun-sized boxes of cereal. It was like a gallon milk jug, full-size box. Like people who had been
Like
living,
living in
there.
there.
what the fuck?
And there was like 6 bags piled up
Yeah.
amongst
So
like bottles.
I'm
and
assuming
stuff.
there is no cleaning service.
Well, here's our theory. Our theory is that because of COVID and because of the loose COVID shutdowns, maybe they laid off their cleaning staff, and that the people at the front desk had to do double duty. Because we, like, after we checked in, I didn't see a front desk person down there once. And
Right.
believe me, I was spending as much time outside that building as was reasonable.
Right.
So
Just outside the designated smoking.
Yeah, I was gonna
area.
say that, yeah.
So the next morning, it's wedding day, and my mom goes to get ready with the ladies over at the actual Al's in-laws house, and Alex, my dad, and I were gonna go get breakfast because he had to write his vows still, so we were gonna try to, freshen that up for him.
Right.
It was like, this is gonna be a disaster going out to breakfast because look around, and
Look where we are.
so we walk. There's a breakfast place across the street, and it was called Breakfast Time. That's the name of
Yay.
it.
Bet.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'd be like, I'm in.
So we go,
What
and there's
time it
people
is?
waiting outside.
It's breakfast time.
And there's like 2 or 3 people wearing a mask outside. I'm like, well, it's
That's
promising.
Better than the hotel.
And I go in to ask about the wait. It's like 15, 20 minutes. We said that's fine. And the people at the front desk are wearing a mask, and there's a sign that says, please excuse the wait. We limited table capacity.
For COVID.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, all right. The first thing they've sort of got right so far.
Right.
We're doing all right breakfast time.
And so they call our name. We go inside, and there's this big dividing wall from the entryway in the dining room. We walk into the dining room. It's pandemonium. No attempt had been made to distance tables.
It's just a
Every
baby
booth
fighting
was
arena.
filled, minus the one we were about to sit in.
Yeah.
Like, the servers have masks on, but they're basically just down to their upper lip. So like,
Right.
when they're talking,
It
the
like
mask
goes
right.
under.
it's just
Yeah,
flapping
yeah.
up. I'm like, you guys got to be fucking kidding me on this one. So
You
my
had me
dad-
fooled there,
yeah,
breakfast time.
Yeah, you
You
it
had
was
us
a
in the-
front.
You had us in the
It was
first
a good
half.
front, and so we are literally like pulling down our mask, drinking a sip of coffee, pulling our mask up,
Yeah.
pulling our mask down, taking a bite of our eggs, pulling our mask up. Like it
That's
was
hell, man.
it was just wild,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and maybe my perspective is different because I would like to think I am reasonable, but it was really impressive, you know. For lack of a better term.
I was impressed with how bad it was.
Yeah, you know, it's something. It's just stunning. Like I was
Yeah.
stunned into silence.
Yikes.
Um,
I've been there.
Inspiring.
Yeah.
Right. Well, fast forward. Ceremony's wonderful. After that, we played drinking games and it
We
was
went to a place
it was
called
fun.
Dinner Time.
Dinner time.
Lunchtime.
And you'll never guess what it was exactly like.
It was just a dark theme.
And once
breakfast
again,
time.
I fell for it.
Yeah. But God, it was just so wild. So we hung out.
Guess what it's called?
It was better than the rest stop we stopped halfway down called Bathroom Time.
Shitter time.
So I don't remember if we left the next day or the day after that. I think we might have left the next day. But we stopped in Jersey on the way back, and because, you know, everyone in my family is super sensitive about what's going on. So when we were in my aunt's house on the way back, like we were masked up and we
Right.
were just, you know, that's when we were inside. That's what we were doing. But my dad had to give a gift. Thank you for that, John.
You're welcome.
Throw
I hope,
goblin.
I hope that recorded.
My dad had to give a gift to his buddy, one of his best friends growing up, who actually was hospitalized with COVID. Like,
Wow.
really, really bad. His name's Paul, and Paul was put into a medically induced coma.
Oh my
Just
god.
to like raise his chances for survival.
Really?
So he was intubated. So like for those of you, you know, if you have some sort of denial, and that's sort of the problem. This COVID affects people on a
Yeah.
spectrum.
Right.
Some people, like my cousin was diagnosed, go figure, and not that we had any contact with him while we were down there, but he said he thought he just had allergies acting up.
Yeah.
His throat was kind of itchy, his nose was kind of runny, and he was coughing a little bit.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then that was the extent of his symptoms.
Right.
Meanwhile, my dad's friend Paul had to be hospitalized, intubated.
Mm-hmm.
He was in a coma for like a month and a half.
Holy shit.
Yeah, just to like lower his heart rate enough to keep his body alive.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Christ.
dude.
They threw him into cryo.
Yeah, seriously. So two things. One, he described what it was like being in a coma, which is crazy because that's not something
Whoa.
you ever get to hear about.
Yeah.
You ever
And
see
he-
God?
Met
I
him.
did.
Yeah, met him.
Oh my god, dude.
He said that it was like a really vivid hallucination. Really vivid.
Did he say anything about like being able to hear?
No, he
Anything
said
else? No?
the stimulation in the outside world was like 0.
That's the only thing I ever want to know. Is like if you
Yeah.
can like actually hear someone who's like on the bed like talking to you or whatever.
So he said his experience, his actual like scenario that played out in his head, the bulk of it was that my dad has another friend whose name is Mike, and Mike was active military for a really long time. Like he did 2 tours in Afghanistan or something. But he's legit. And so in his head, and this is like their best friend group, like they're our group. This
Right.
is them,
Yeah.
you know, down there. And he was saying that in this hallucination, while he's in this coma, Mike was leading a covert military campaign in Central America, and Paul just managed to get like wrapped up in it. So it was like this whole
my
saga
So he just
that
had
played out.
wild dreams for
Yeah.
a month straight.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
but it
my
was like
God.
continuous.
Yeah.
Like, he was
yeah.
living this
super
alternate.
long. Yeah.
Exactly. And he
Holy
said that
shit.
the weirdest part for him was that everywhere he went, everyone like knew him. Everyone was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Paul, you're back." Like he said there was a scene where he was in a hospital. Like he
Mm-hmm.
was hospitalized for something. Like I don't know, it was like maybe it was shrapnel during a firefight or something. And he's just like, you
Maybe
know,
COVID.
those movies where a totally normal person gets thrown into some crazy
Right.
like guns and knives type scenario. That
Right.
was him.
Yeah.
And he's like all the nurses knew me, and like everyone was really like, oh, like I was their old friend, but I didn't recognize a single face. So that was just wild to hear
That is-
about. And he was
what
telling
the
that story for like 45 minutes, and because my dad's friends are a lot like us, you could only like there was like 3 conversations going on at once.
Right,
I was only
right.
able to tune in and tune out
Right.
every now and again. But the point of the gathering that we were all on my aunt's deck for was to gift Paul a tiny coffin,
I knew
That's
that
what it
story was
was.
familiar. Yeah.
a tiny
yeah.
coffin, and the coffin said Paul and then his last name, like 1965 to 2020, except the 2020 was crossed out.
Yeah.
And my dad commissioned someone off Etsy to make this coffin.
Holy fuck.
It was made from like old railroad wood and like tied
That's so
with
fucking
railroad
cool.
metal. It was gorgeous
Yeah.
in terms of
I would
craftsmanship.
give so much.
$150 is all you have to give.
No, I'd give so much to be a fly in the wall for that conversation
Yeah.
between Paul and the Ed. All right, now listen.
This person,
Right.
so this person makes coffins for like props and dolls and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was like their deal anyway. So
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, coffin, bet."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm
Yeah,
a coffin
right,
person.
right.
I'm a coffin guy.
Yeah, I'm a coffin guy. This is my art. This is my coffin art. It was like lined with real satin. Like it
That's
was
so
fucking
It
cool.
was so wild.
That's so
Um,
cool.
So what did they put in it? They put
So-
anything in it?
In the coffin
Good question.
was
John.
I like that question, John.
John, that was
Thank you.
that was
Perfect
a great
bridge
question.
You know, I'm zany like that.
Inside this coffin was a $900 bottle of bourbon.
Holy fuck, man.
Is it the
That's-
Frank Sinatra one?
No, that was only $150.
Come on here.
Yeah, duh.
Pussy.
So this bourbon was produced by a distillery called Buffalo Trace, and Buffalo Trace
heard of
is
Buffalo
the
Trace, yeah.
oldest in America. They make Pappy Van Winkle, which is like $1,200 a bottle, which
Holy
they tried to
shit,
get,
man.
but you would shockingly Pappy Van Winkle supplies are a little low and a little bit expensive.
Yeah.
Van Winkle's what my grandkids are going to call me.
I don't remember the name of the one that they got, but it was like the step down, quote unquote. I say that, not,
Yeah.
not
So
meaning
$900
$1,200 versus
step down,
$900.
yeah.
Yeah. So they all went in on it, and so they gave it to him, and they were like, "Look, man, like we're not trying to pressure you, but we were expecting to all toast a drink of that tonight to celebrate you still being here." And so we sat apart and we smoked cigars, and we all had some of this bourbon, and it was incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Like
that's good.
I know, right?
At least you guys weren't like,
yeah,
just like spit
well,
it out.
sometimes I get nervous
It's,
because
like,
I've
so
had
gross.
like some liquor rep was trying to sell us on like a $200 bottle of bourbon at work, and I tasted it and it tasted like gasoline, like
Yeah.
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I was about to drink this one, I was nervous as fuck, like,
That is-
super nervous,
Right. You didn't want it to taste like shit.
but it was
Scary.
so smooth. Like nice, a little bit sweet.
Yeah.
It was
Small
the
bite.
best. It was a $900
That's
bottle of
awesome.
bourbon.
That's fucking
And I
great.
think if you like bourbon, you're like, that's why that costs that. And if
Yeah.
you don't like brown liquor, you won't give a fuck. So
Yeah.
that's,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
it's all subjective.
Probably one of the worst things than it just tasting bad would be it tasting the exact same as something.
Oh,
Like Jim
that's,
Beam.
yeah.
I
like,
think
like a Jim
that-
Beam
yes.
versus
Yeah.
the what is it? The Smuggler's Notch.
Yeah, the Smuggler's
versus the Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
900.
and they
and I'm
all
like,
taste
yeah, I
the
really like
same
the
thing.
Jim Beam.
Yeah. So if we're
Yep.
putting these together, the expensive one
I
is this
would-
one.
I
Lucas,
would-
that's Jack Daniels that we scooped out of your recycling bin.
Yeah, right. I would way rather have it taste like shit than have it taste anything like the Jack Daniels.
Like
or
something
Jim
you've had
Beam.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That
I'd
would be such a
rather
disgrace.
it taste like shit because then I could at least convince myself that like, oh, it's because it's a different flavor that I'm
Yeah.
not used to.
This is an expensive taste, and I'm not expensive.
Yeah, and I'm not expensive.
My mouth doesn't do that.
right.
Yeah.
My mouth has never had this much money in it before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, to wrap this saga up, the most stressful part, besides being in a land where no one gives a shit about public health and safety, we tried to pre-schedule like a preventative COVID test. You know, trying to be responsible. We were trying to just get one done as soon as we got back into New Hampshire, get our test results back ASAP, and we can go back to work and not stress about
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
Well, I'm going to put another company on blast, Convenient MD.
Fuck
Oh.
you.
They were not convenient.
They were not convenient.
No, that's a
and-
non-spawn.
That's that's an anti-spawn.
Yeah.
Don't even approach us.
Don't even fucking try it.
So we call and they said, let us know when you get across the border and we'll get you right in. We're like, yes, awesome. So the day comes, we leave, we're on the road to New Hampshire. I'm hauling ass. We spent about 28 hours on the road and I drove for like 24 of them. Just because, you know, parents age and
Yeah.
we were driving at night sometimes and
Right.
we were in my mom's little new Honda Civic.
Nice.
It's like
Nice.
driving a go-kart.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's got a sport mode.
Hell yeah, it does.
Yeah,
You're running
so
around.
it was actually a blast. When we were going through Virginia, I was with this pack of like Suburbans. They might have been government doing like 85, 90 the
Yeah.
whole way.
Yeah.
So I just crept up on their butts and just like followed them
Right.
through. That was a ride.
That's
that was
dope.
fun.
Is it a
ride.
standard? Do you know?
No, it's not a standard.
No?
No.
Shit.
Sorry,
but,
John. It's not car talk time yet.
All right. My bad.
Point is, we get to New Hampshire. My dad tries to call Convenient MD, and he's on hold for like half an hour.
Yeah.
He finally gets through to
Good
someone,
start.
and he asks like, "Hey, so we were told to call as we got close, and we're trying to get in for a COVID test." And the person's like, "Oh, this is the national line. You have to call. Excuse me. You have to call your local office." We're like, "What?" Like, this is the number that we were given. They're like, "Yeah." So you have to look up the number for the Concord location. And at that point, had literally just gone through the tolls. So we were 5 minutes outside of Concord. I was
Yeah.
like,
Right.
you know what, Dad, just fuck it. Let's just arrive and
Yeah.
we'll
Right.
go from there. So we get there, we walk in. I'm stressed out because we've been driving all day, and coming down south. I was stressed out about it anyway. And we walk in, and this person behind the desk is giving the spiel to a young man who they're just answering the questions that we would have been asking anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So what had happened was that they wouldn't let you get a COVID test unless you were pre-screened by one of their doctors, a Convenient MD doctor. And the Convenient MD doctors only do it through telehealth, except they had no more appointments left that day. I'm like, are you kidding?
Oh my God.
And like, first of all, it's telehealth. Like, what could the screening be?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's got.
You
It's just
pull
gonna be
'em up.
questions.
exactly. Like,
like,
why
how you
couldn't we
feeling?
fill out this form online?
No, what are you wearing?
So how are you today?
Now, what are you wearing?
What are you doing today?
Khakis.
A mask.
Yeah. So we're like, well, what the fuck? You have nothing left for today? And it was like 2 PM. It wasn't late, and they're
Yeah.
open till like 8.
Right.
And we're like, you gotta be kidding me, man. And they're like, well, you can get your family care provider to send over, like, they can order one for you, and we'll do it here, but it'll cost $70. We're like, okay. And that's an extra
Okay.
$70 on whatever a COVID test cost, and those urgent care centers are not cheap.
Yeah.
So we call our family practice doc, and they're basically like, yeah, we're not we're not referring people for COVID tests unless
Mhm.
you come in and are symptomatic. And we're like, but we're trying to be preventative.
Right.
Like, we're not trying to get to the symptomatic point if we can
Right.
avoid having to go to that. And who knows how many people that we would come into contact with
Right.
thinking
Mhm.
we're fine
Like-
until then.
Like you're following what the CDC said. Like if you're gonna leave the state and then come back,
you have to get a COVID
you have to get a
test.
COVID test.
Yeah.
Exactly.
but everybody's telling you that you can't
Unless you're already like
Unless you
pre-sick.
have it.
This is why, like, even in places where we're trying hard, we're not fucking getting it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
they don't have the capacity to pre-screen,
Yeah.
Right.
evidently. So so our PCP doc tells us that, oh, well, we think the state's doing testing, like drive-through testing over by the bus station, and the urgent care is like right across the street from the bus station. I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's go. And we get to the bus station, not a soul there. Nobody. Like, there was never anything ever.
Right.
Like, no signs of nothing. Like,
Just
I
a
would have
homeless
been,
man
I would have
with a
been,
cotton
yeah,
swab.
I would have
Yeah.
been more pleased if it was a homeless man with a dirty needle, just to be like, hey,
I
misinterpretation.
got the vaccine over here.
Yeah, exactly.
here.
Come here.
Cough for me. Give me a kid.
So,
Why are you holding my balls?
right. So at this point, I was so fucking mad. I was so angry, and I'm just
Yeah.
like trying to hold it together because my mom's in the back seat, but I
Right.
was absolutely livid. So we're like
Right.
online, like looking at Walgreens, looking at CVS, like looking for drive-through test centers, looking for rapid tests specifically, just to have that peace of mind. And there's nothing. In fact, there's nothing for 2 days. So I had to schedule my COVID appointment out for 2 days. And
Wow.
and we had 2 guys go on vacation from work. So we're hella short staffed at work. I couldn't take the time off. So I go into work with this ViroBlock mask, and I'm still not proud of it. Like, it sucked.
Yeah.
Right.
I was masked up the entire time, like sweating my balls off, mostly out of anxiety.
Yeah.
So I go in to get tested on Thursday, and I don't understand why they have to schedule appointments for this stuff, because it was literally, they passed the swab through like the dispenser and the drive-through. You put it in your nose, you swab it around nice and deep, and then you give it back to them. It took 30 seconds, and that was
Right.
with her explaining the whole process to me.
Right.
But the time slots were like one every half hour to hour. I was like, how are we not pumping this shit out?
Yeah.
This is
Right.
insane. So
McDonald's drive-throughs are better than this.
yeah,
Oh, dead ass.
seriously. And so they submit the test. They submit the test, I guess, and days are going by, and I don't get. And finally Sunday comes around, and we, you guys were there. We did that big event for
Which we'll
the
definitely
Movember
talk about,
Foundation,
yeah.
which we'll go on to in a
Yeah.
second. But I'm not hearing anything. And this whole time, like, I've worked days now in this mask, and it
Yeah.
smells like food, and I'm sweating my balls off,
Yeah.
and I'm really
Right.
bummed out
Right.
and stressed out because I still don't know if I'm fucking COVID positive yet or not.
Right.
And finally, the event ends, and like we go out to the bar Sunday, and I'm like standing away from everyone, like about to have a beer by myself, and I get a text from my dad. I'm COVID negative. Check your email. Fucking finally, I opened my email and and it says that like
Right.
the results were negative, but I'm like, holy shit,
It's a roller
So
coaster,
long.
dude.
so stressful.
So stressful, dude. So with my health, that's been a fucking roller coaster as well as of recently. Just to get these appointments have been
Yeah,
ridiculous.
dude, I can't even imagine.
Because just to have an appointment, just to talk to my doctor. Like I wanted to make a quick phone call and ask him a question about my medication. So I called them, they were closed, and so then I just left a message. I told them, cuz it's the front desk that answers, like, "Hey, you can call me during my lunch break." So they call me during my lunch break. And I was like, "Yeah, I just had like a quick question for my doctor, like is he in today?" And they were like, "Yeah, he's in today, but he's actually on the phone right now. He's very busy. Like, is there another time that we can reach you and set up an appointment?" And I didn't want to be a dick, but
Yeah.
also I didn't want to have to wait a week to ask.
Just one question.
Just ask like, "Hey, should I take less or more of this because of how I'm feeling?" And so she was like, "Okay, so how does Monday work for you around 3:35?" And I was like, "Am I going to have to make an appointment?" And she goes, Yeah, unfortunately he's pretty booked up." And I was like,
One question.
like, could I shoot him a text? Like,
Yeah.
could you just like,
Just an
I won't
email?
tell.
Yeah.
I won't tell. Just like, give me his phone number and I'll just text him real quick. She's like, no. She thought that was fucking hilarious.
No, you fucking idiot.
No.
So I was like, "Ah! Yeah, fucking Monday works great." So now I have to wait until Monday,
to make
right
an
after
appointment
work.
for a one-off question.
Right after work.
So is it a phone call or are you going to see him?
It's going to count as a telehealth. They're dead ass going to charge me for it, and my insurance has to cover me asking,
For
"Hey,
a question.
can I double this because I weigh a lot?"
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy, but have you tried Googling it?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
So that's what I did first,
Yeah.
and then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to make sure my medical professional
Yeah,
knows
yeah,
of what I want
Right,
to do before I
exactly.
just fucking
Because
experiment.
then if you go in and like something goes wrong, they're like, "You fucking asshole! Like, what
Exactly.
did you do?"
You know, John, long ago they made these things called phone books. And if you found, say, I don't know, your doctor in there,
Look at me, you fucking
So, you know what,
jackass.
John? Sometimes fucking crazy. It even had their addresses, home addresses,
And we could go find a motherfucker.
and we could go
When's
find a
When's
motherfucker.
the last? We're living in the past. When's the last time y'all saw a phone book?
Oof.
right here in the house.
For now, is it current?
It's
Oh,
from
that I don't know.
it's
Does it
from
include
2009, and I bet your father refuses to throw it away.
Absolutely.
Does it include? And it probably doesn't include cell phone numbers. Who has a
Probably
landline anymore besides our parents?
No, my parents
Hands
don't even.
down.
My parents have a landline, but it's only for incoming calls, and they never pick up.
Exactly. Bingo.
So effectively useless.
It's because it just like
They need it
came
with the
with
TDS
yeah,
or
it
the
came with the
password,
TDS.
And it's only because they love the way it sounds when it rings. So they
Yeah.
never
You're
pick
like,
it up.
"Oh, people need me."
and it's always just fucking political calls.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just turn it
Telemarketers,
off.
whatever.
Just
Right.
unplug it.
Just let the fucking battery on the phone die.
Yeah,
Dude, this sorry, just I just wanted to
You
finish
can
up this thing.
finish up.
Dude, fucking just making it's a double-edged sword with everything in the
Yeah.
medical practitioner area, because on one hand it's fucking absurd just to get an appointment, and then on the other hand it's like because they want to take things slow and do everything right.
Yeah.
So it's like I get it and I don't, but I can't help but feel so frustrated sometimes
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
just want to fucking
I
ask a
imagine that
question.
they feel just as frustrated with the whole thing.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Right.
It's also like it's great to have friends that are in the health industry,
Oh, absolutely.
like
'Cause
friends
then-
that are nurses or even just
Right.
like help, even like
Right.
fucking front desk people know a lot just
Right.
just from being around.
We
Right.
need
They
more
know
of
a lot.
those.
Yeah,
I know I like what we all do, but
Yeah.
let's get a
grandpa
couple of
was-
healthy
yeah.
professionals in the
Right.
group.
yeah.
My grandpa was a doctor, and when
Yeah.
he passed, we're all like, "No, what the fuck do we do?"
No.
Yeah,
How are we gonna get our
I gotta make
drugs?
another friend.
Yeah.
No, but recently, going along with your story, John, about how just frustrating that is.
Yeah.
My mom got into a car accident,
Mm-hmm.
and she's good.
Yeah.
She's just sore from it. But 2 days after, when all the adrenaline and stuff had gone, and she had actually all the bruises and stuff had set
Started to
in,
appear.
yeah, she was in so much pain. She was just crying.
Yeah.
So she's like, I need to go to the hospital. Like, I don't know if something's wrong. My mom, she gets blood clots and stuff, so we want to make sure that wasn't happening.
Like
Right.
a clot hadn't, because what can happen is clots can free
Yeah.
during like the percussive impact or whatever, and like
Yeah.
travel, and they
Yeah.
cause all sorts of problems.
Right.
So we went to the hospital to get her checked out, and I walk in with her, and at the they check your temperature at the front, and like, all right, they ask her all these questions about like, have you been coughing, have you been sneezing, what's your COVID status, have you gotten tested,
Right.
and then she's like, no, I just need to get in there. I got into a car accident. I'm feeling like absolute trash. I need to just all right, we'll go inside and go into that little like reception window and basically have the same conversation again.
Yeah.
So you can get like a doctor to see you. So she goes in, and I sit right like behind her on the wall on the waiting area, and I hear the guy. She's like, all right, well, so what's wrong? I was like, I hurt. I have trouble breathing. She's like, wait, you have trouble breathing? She's like, yeah, because I was in a fucking car crash.
Not
Right.
like, yeah.
I'm thinking broken rib, punctured lung,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
COVID.
He's
Right.
like, all right, but like, how have you been coughing? Or have you been sore? She's like, yes, I was in a car crash.
I got T-boned on Tuesday.
This
Can we
isn't-
wrap this shit
Yeah,
up?
this isn't like a sick body, or this
is
is
a sick
yeah, no, this is
body.
not a sick body
Don't get
ache.
me
This
wrong,
is
that'd
a
be-
fucking guy hit by a car body ache.
It's a sick body, but like not like sick body.
Yeah. All right. So that's the healthcare system's in a bit of a fucking pickle right
Yeah.
now.
Right.
So on that break, or on that note, let's take a quick.
With all of that being said, we do want to say thank you and shout out to all of the frontline healthcare providers that are actually making a difference and helping this bullshit time in America a little bit easier for the rest of us.
You're doing your best.
Yes.
We care about you because you care about us.
That's right.
You're working with whatever you're given.
We're
and
just,
we
we're
appreciate
just
that.
venting about the process, which I'm sure you fucking hate as well.
Yeah,
being a
just as
healthcare
much,
provider.
if not more, because you deal with us bitching to you about
Right.
it.
Right. Us complaining at them is like your standard Karen being mad at a food service.
Yeah,
Right.
Like
exactly.
it's no one. It's not their fault.
Right.
It's just an issue. It's a greater issue that Karen can't get
We're
her
not
wonton
trying
wrappers
to be Karens.
for her Chinese egg rolls.
Chinese
Okay.
egg rolls.
I mean,
She
I
said
love
that.
Chinese egg rolls.
I mean, I could have an egg roll.
Or two.
So
So we
make a comment down below if you want an egg roll.
had a fucking really great event that went to a great cause.
Yes.
Yeah, we
The
did.
Movember
The
Foundation.
Movember Foundation. Yeah. So huge shout out. I know you guys chat it up.
We did.
We chopped it up.
Chopped it
Back
up
to
about
the past.
Movember
Samurai Jack.
and what it means. And yeah, so we walked away from that silent auction with over $1,700
Which is a fuckload of money.
just the silent auction.
Yeah,
Now,
can you
Jay-
believe we got away with stealing all of it?
I know.
Like,
They
what?
never
the
knew.
fuck?
Your goal
Was 500.
500.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was just a personal goal.
Soared past it.
If I'm being honest, I knew we would do better than that.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, man.
Because we are who we are.
That's right.
You know, like Kesha said.
we are.
Damn, Kesha really was right when she
That's
said
right.
we are
We're
who we are. Dude, somebody tweeted that the other day. I thought it was very funny. Damn, Kesha was right.
We really
So-
are who we are.
Yeah, so from the silent auction alone, $1,700. So that
Yeah.
money is already deposited and in the pockets of the Movember Foundation.
Dang.
Hell yeah.
And then we are still running the numbers from the actual dinner, but the ballpark right now is about an extra $1,100 from the
Hell
dinner.
yeah,
Fantastic.
dude.
Fucking great.
It's fucking dang.
So we'll walk away from this with about $2,800.
About $1 million.
Amount of $1 million.
So if I'm doing the math, it's about $27 million.
If we're doing the math correctly, I think we may have solved men's mental health and
That's it.
physical health.
yeah,
Yeah.
we
Okay.
just did. We did it.
You know what?
We
I
did
think
it.
By the weekend, let's just solve world hunger, guys.
You know what? I think,
I'm busy.
I think we could get world hunger down by Monday.
Yeah.
By Monday.
We'll give
We'll
ourselves time
workshop
to
it.
rest on next
Right.
Sunday.
I think we should just go
Well,
straight
next
for
Sunday
world
we'll go
peace,
on the pod.
honestly.
And
It's achievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
With-
why
with excitement like ours?
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
why try to fix something that's not broken? So silent auction.
Silent auction. We'll run a silent auction.
A bunch
and
of
world
booze
hunger.
things.
A bunch of booze, little signs.
Yeah.
One is just literally food.
Dude, I wanted that fucking fire pit so bad.
Oh,
There was
so
this
dank.
super nice fire pit from
High
West
West Distillery.
Distillery is like they do whiskey and bourbon.
There
and
was
shit
a
like
lot
that.
of shit from them.
Dude, it was so cool. It was like rusted, but like on purpose.
Yeah.
And it was like fucking just steel as shit. It was diesel.
It had a,
man.
it had a
It
cooking,
was
it had a
diesel.
cooking
Thing was-
grate on
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
it
Oh,
was
so
so
lit.
cool.
Yeah.
Dude, the
so awesome.
skis they had skis as well. That
Yeah, those are
were-
great.
That looked super cool. It was like supposed to be like that real wood pattern, so there was no graphic on the top. It was just like that transparent epoxy, which was sick. And it had like the
you
official
know, you
like
know.
Team
US,
USA.
yeah,
skiing,
Team
yeah.
USA ski team logo
Yeah.
on it, which is dank.
Right.
And then they had that they had the absolute
There's
was it-
Svedka. There's a
Svedka.
Svedka
the
snowboard.
Svedka snowboard, which I thought was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like if anybody who just like loves snow and ski shit would see that and be like, that's fucking hilarious.
That has
used
to
to-
go in my bar.
My first snowboard was a Mountain Dew snowboard.
Hell yeah.
Was
so
it
I'm not
really?
ashamed of riding
What
like
the
drink
fuck?
branded shit.
Dude, like looking at that snowboard, if you know enough about like how snowboards are made, there was enough like legitimate technology in there so that way you could actually ride it. Like
Yeah,
it
if
had
you wanted to,
edges.
yeah.
Right.
It had like metal edges that you could sharpen or dull, whatever you want. And it had like places for bindings, but the
Yeah.
rest just looked like it would fall the fuck
Yeah.
apart
Right.
on like the wrong conditions. So I really, really wanted it just to just have.
just to destroy it.
Just to
basically.
destroy it,
To love it to
exactly.
death.
just to get
Yeah.
a nice edit in.
Dude,
Right.
there's this company called Signal Snowboards, and they do this video series called Every Third Thursday. And every third Thursday of every month, they make a snowboard like unpractically, and they'll make it out of just like random shit. So they've made one out of glass. They've made it out of like
Oh my
recycled beer bottles or beer cans. They've made one out of Legos, and then they take one of their sponsored riders to go into the park and ride it to see if it will hold up. They also made the world's longest snowboard, which was fucking like 24 feet long, which was hilarious to watch.
Was
this-
it to scale?
Yeah, it's
Like
the-
like it looked like
How many
it's a
people rode
snowboard,
on
yeah. So they made like a bunch of different spots for different bindings. So I think at first they had like two people riding at the same time, then one person riding it at one time, and then they just
God.
And so what they do is they just bring it into the park because they're a park brand snowboard. So they'll just bring the shit that they make into the park and just have this pro destroy it on all this shit. And it's
Yeah.
hilarious because they're doing wild shit on these. Like they made this one snowboard made out of just wood that they cut like in the woods on a camping trip with like hatchets. And then they vacuum sealed it and put it under like at the bottom, the deepest part of this lake that they were camping on for the pressure to set in all the epoxies and shit. It's fucking cool.
What the fuck?
And
So
then
they
they brought
basically
it.
made a snowboard while camping.
Yeah, and then they brought
not?
it up to the mountain to like Mount Hood in the middle of July and just shredded it. And
That's
it
where they
was
make all the milk, right?
fucking dope.
That
That's
is
right.
where all the milk comes from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right out the top like a volcano.
Yeah, little shout out. Little
Actually, a
shout out.
natural spring.
Yeah.
It's
Every
just
third
milk.
Thursday. Check that shit
A
out. It's dope.
volcano for warm milk. It's my kind of Christmas.
They're
A lot of women have those.
In fact, most have two.
Sorry, when that comment hit me, I had water in the middle of my throat that I like, choked down in time not to miss the moment.
there's something I
Fucking
wanted to
so gross.
There's something
Fuck,
I wanted to
man.
say
Foul.
concerning the silent auction
Mm-hmm.
was that when the auction had like shut down, we took all the papers,
Oh,
we went
yeah,
back
yeah.
to like tally all the numbers and stuff like that. there was a woman who came up, and she's a very nice woman, but she came up. She's like, "Hey, so like, is the auction done? Like, can we stop putting in bids?" And we're like, "Oh yeah, so sorry. Like, we just took everything away. It closed at 5, so we're all done. Sorry if you missed your change." She's like, "Yeah, my friend really wanted to get her name on there again."
I can't remember what she was going
It
for.
was for the sign.
It was for the sign.
Oh, yeah, there
And
was
she's
a- there
kinda
was a
like,
High
stood
West
there like,
Distillery sign.
"Yeah, sorry, can't."
It was so awkward.
And she's like, "All right, well, I mean, what if I, bribed you?"
and we were
And
just,
he just like kind of looked at us. We're like,
dude, but
nah.
it was like a 30-second stare of
Yeah.
us just looking at her and her looking at us like, it's not gonna happen.
And it was dead silent. When she said the bribe thing, I was like, I mean, it would just be going straight to charity. And she was like, "Oh, well, then you take it." And I was like, that was a joke. I'm not going to take your bribe.
Then I made the mistake of asking her what
Yeah.
she was looking for, because to be honest, if it was something that like one person bid on
Exactly.
and it was
Right.
super low,
Yeah.
then who gives a fuck?
But it was the thing that had the most,
The most.
bids on
Oh,
it.
yeah,
my God.
and they were all like really close, and you could tell people were competing for
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like, yeah, we can't
It
do
just
that.
wouldn't
and she
be
goes,
fair.
okay, yeah, you're right, that wouldn't be fair. But like, and we were like, nope, sorry.
Yeah.
she
Please
came
leave
over
now.
to us. Like she came closer.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I got
I'm gonna say, if it is our event,
Yeah.
next time, take the bribe. Let's go ahead and
Take
look
the
this
bribe.
right in the face.
We have
Take
that
the
on
money.
microphone.
Okay.
Yeah.
On recording.
Fair enough.
So that should encourage anyone consuming our content.
To bribe.
To bribe us.
Look, we're easy.
Or bother the fuck out of us at 6 at night on a fucking Sunday when we're trying to do the math for all the fucking bids.
I mean, I'm just saying, if it's all going to charity,
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
See, that's what
Take
I
a
was
little
thinking, but at
money.
the same time, I was
That's
like, but
fair.
someone wants this. I was like,
well, someone wanted all that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one dude who like cleaned up.
I
He
know.
owed us like
Yeah.
$1,000.
I know.
Of
Yeah.
the-
It was ridiculous. I think that dude made a mistake, or at least I was playing it out in my head
Yeah.
because I think that's
like
funny.
he was just having fun and he didn't think that
He's
he,
like,
was he put his
no,
name on
hey.
like everything and didn't think he
well,
was
I'll
actually
have
gonna
you
get
know
it.
that motherfucker paid cash.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And so
course he
problem
did.
is he didn't tell me that he needed change. And I had everyone settle up with me at the end of the night, except I was also in the middle of breaking down the kitchen. So I was just hustling.
Yeah.
yeah.
Excuse me. And so he like hands me the money. I'm like, great, thanks, sir. And I walk away and like put it in the money envelope.
He's like, ah.
And I just walk back into the kitchen, and someone goes, "Hey, Jason." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes,
That guy needs
"That guy
change.
needs change." I'm like, why?
Bullshit.
Well,
Why? He paid
maybe
cash.
we all need a little bit of change. Thanks, Smash Mouth.
I should, you know what we should have done?
I think he can give more to charity.
That's what
So
I said.
he's
I'm like, it's all
asking
to
for
charity,
money
my guy.
back from a charity?
A
Wow.
little skeezy.
Somebody call the cops.
See, now we have a situation on our hands, don't we, boys?
So yeah, that was awkward as fuck. And I was like,
Yeah.
I am so sorry, but not. I mean,
But
Not
you
really
should
sorry.
be so sorry.
While we were tallying up the numbers, I saw that one because I think like 2 people just went in, and when everything was just like as we were picking up, they put like their bids down, and it was like the second to last bid 70, the last bid 71.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yikes!
What was nice is that everyone, for the most part, was going up
Round numbers.
was going up like $10 every
Yeah.
time.
Well, once you get down to the end, I feel like that's like you get to the auction like 100, 200, 210, 220,
Yeah.
221.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, come
But
on.
when it's like a silent auction, it's like just go to the next round. Like it's for charity. Just
Right.
fucking. When I was trying to go for the fire pit, I waited until like the last like 2 minutes. Someone had bid like 130, so I went in at 150, and then I was like, "All right, I think we're good." And then this guy came out of fucking nowhere right as I was about to pick up the paper and threw down 180. And I was like, I'm
you.
not gonna pay that
Right.
much.
Yeah.
Can you believe how? Can you imagine how awkward that would have been when we're standing up in the front, like? And the
Well,
winner
see, I had a
of the-
plan. Yeah.
Well, the winner of the
Is
fire pit was
Us.
Me.
See,
I
I put my name on one of the lists for something.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was. And then after a while, I thought about that, and I was like, "Fuck." Well, maybe somebody bid like above me, and then went over there. It had been like 20 minutes,
Yeah.
It
and I was
just
like,
John's name.
"Oh fuck." So I crossed it out. Like, I do not want to be
That was the one that your dad ended up winning. Was the cooler that he ended up giving it to
that he
us.
gave
Yeah.
to you guys.
What I was gonna do though is I was like, okay, maybe like if we were to have won the fire pit and my name was on the paper, only we can see the paper. I would have announced it as your dad winning it, and then I
would
just
have been
would have
like, oh, you know what's the sad? My mom would have been heartbroken. She wanted that fire.
No,
pit,
he
too.
wanted that fire pit.
She wanted it.
She made it
literally.
seem like she didn't care. She was like,
Of
I
course
just got a
she
fire pit for my
doesn't.
birthday.
Oh my god!
Right.
Of course she doesn't. But
That's
she
what
was
moms
so,
do.
she saw it and she was like,
I won't.
Oh.
yeah.
Is that the noise she made?
And then she turned into an Arctic sea.
She looked at me and went, oh.
Is that a
Animorph?
fire?
And I was like, Christine?
Mother.
Christine.
She was like, yeah.
can we get a glass of water? Fanner.
Because she's actually
Sit
a
down.
seal now.
Just
Just give it to her.
Just give it. She can have it. Thanks.
Thanks.
Walks out.
What the?
What the fuck was that? She
So,
didn't even pay.
Jay, is your restaurant doing more things like that monthly?
Do you have a proposition, Harry?
I'd like to eat, and if we could raise money towards me,
Other the Sterling Harrison Gross.
You know, I'm
Fund.
gonna second
Yeah.
that. If we could raise money towards me as well on a different night,
it will just say "Save Harry." We'll never say from what.
we can call it a silent
Ominous.
auction, but it's really just a bunch of crap in my basement I need to get rid of.
like
just
an
a
old
yard sale.
Casio keyboard.
A box of miscellaneous
Cords.
Legos
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah.
A jar of honey,
That's
but I just squeezed it out from other honey things.
Right.
just like store bought honey containers.
Totally off topic. Has anyone tried a pickled egg?
No.
No, but I hear it's a really popular bar snack in areas
Always
that are really cold.
We went to a like a country store yesterday with my parents because we were shopping and shit for the house.
Which one?
We went to Tilton and it was the one that was just put into the outlets.
What?
The Tilton outlets. I guess one just went in. But they had like a whole bunch of, country store shit. Like a lot of like aesthetically pleasing.
The
for
Michelle Corser
Yeah, my
knick-knack.
mom's stuff.
Yeah.
If you know.
Remember that one at the Berlin Mall in Vermont?
Yeah.
The Michelle Corser.
Yeah.
store?
It was pretty much that. We also went to a different one called the Amish Country Store, which is like this big barn.
That's the one in Concord.
It's also in Tilton.
Oh.
I said the same thing.
That place was really cool. It had like super fucking nice like handcrafted furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was so expensive. But it was so nice. But it was so expensive. Anyways, we were in that country store and they had this section of like homemade jams and jellies and pickles and pickled green beans and beets and
Jigs
like
and
honeys
figs and
and
wigs.
all these other shits. And
Sugar
there was
plums.
pickled eggs and I was like, I want one.
Tell you what.
And I went, oh,
I want it.
I can just make you some,
I would love that.
and they'd probably be at least as good as the jar.
I would hope. They
And you
look
just
really
got
good.
chefed.
I like pickled things.
You like pickles?
I love pickles. I love eggs. I love hard-boiled eggs, deviled eggs. I haven't had an egg that I didn't like. So I feel like a pickled egg would be right up my alley.
Treat you.
Aside from maybe a rotten one. But, yeah, I want to try pickled egg real bad.
A biggle day.
Do they have like different types of honey?
Oh, yeah. They
got
had
pickle
they had a
honey?
garlic honey.
Ooh.
A gunny?
In
They also had a garlic mustard
when I was
that
in
looked
Italy,
pretty fucking
I would always go down every Sunday. They had a bazaar of like
A bazaar.
like the local people come in from like outside the city and sell all
two
their
A's.
their farm
bizarre.
A bazaar.
shit. And there was one woman who always sold all these different kinds of honey. And dude, pepper, like hot pepper honey.
Oh.
Oh, hot pepper honey is the
Dude,
best, dude.
I made hot pepper honey for that event.
You did.
this past Sunday.
You did.
And it blew some people's tits off.
Mm-hmm.
There were some fair skinned women there that were like,
It's hot.
yeah. My dad was like, I loved it, but this bitch at the table next to us was like fanning
we
herself.
saw her, and your dad was like,
Dude, off the record, not that I'm saying I was involved.
Yeah.
That woman had a heart attack this past weekend.
oh my
What?
Yeah. I'm not saying there's a link,
But there might
but
be. But
I'm feeling
all fingers
a
point at
tinge
you.
of
I mean, I
guilt.
hope she's okay.
Yeah, she was texting.
Oh, great.
Not me, someone I know.
Having a heart attack might delete later. Lol.
Lol.
That's fucked.
One last thing that was actually like really cool at that country store was that I thought was fucking genius. So bath bombs.
Bad
You
bomb.
fill up a nice hot bath.
You drop
Maybe
it.
light a candle,
Then you drop a
and there's
bomb in
this
it.
drop a
ball
bomb in it.
of like
Then you set a
soap or
timer.
some
Fuzzy,
shit. Yeah.
yeah.
And you drop it in, and it goes, and your house blows up.
Yeah.
and
bath
then
bomb.
Genius.
and then you get your insurance to pay for it, and it's
Yeah.
a big insurance fraud thing.
So
Second most lethal
think
to a pipe bomb.
Think a bath bomb but it
A
was
bomb bath.
a
But it's
hot
in a
chocolate
car.
bomb.
What?
A hot chocolate bomb.
Oh, I've seen those.
So
is
you
that?
have like, your thing of milk,
Hot milk.
hot milk, warm milk, and then you drop the hot chocolate bomb, which is the same size as like a bath bomb.
So
Really?
it's
It's
like
like a
like a
baby's
golf ball?
fist. Yeah.
Like a
Oh, because it makes
yeah,
a
vat.
pot of hot chocolate, not a
Yeah, but then you drop it in, and then at the center of it, there's like 2 big marshmallows that just float to the top. Once the 2 marshmallows float to the top, it's done,
what?
So here's the deal with that.
and it looks amazing.
I'll learn you some. So what you can do to do that is you make a chocolate shell. So you make 2 chocolate half spheres,
Mm-hmm.
right, in a latex mold or a silicone mold, and then you add hot chocolate powder mix.
Mm-hmm.
to
Right.
it.
Write this down. Write this down.
And if you have marshmallows, you
Mm-hmm.
can put marshmallows in the middle, and then you just seal the 2 chocolate orbs by like melting the edges of them.
Cauterize the wound.
Yeah, you cauterize the wound, and then they're twins.
Then they're born
Yeah,
together.
and you can have they make ones and they sell ones that are like the size of a Lindt
Yeah, and you can put
chocolate
it in
ball,
your.
and you just do a single mug. instead
fuck
of
me.
Yeah,
That's fucking dope.
it's actually hot and like new this year. It's like a trend.
Yeah, no,
coming
that's
in.
why when I saw it was actually really funny. We were like walking by and we were literally just about to leave the store. You good?
his mic.
and I like just like saw it at the corner of my eye. I was like, what the fuck are those? And then this kid came out of nowhere. I found out later that he was an employee, but he was like
Kicked my
he was like
ass.
14. Kicked me in the balls and walked. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, what the fuck?
He was like, "Oh yeah, those are hot." He just started like running this sales pitch to me, and I was like, "Okay." He sold me. I
Sold
bought
me.
12.
Did you buy?
No,
12?
I didn't buy any, but I did want to.
Man.
You should next time. You should. Just for
time.
all of us
Hey,
to.
buy me hot
we could
pepper
sip
honey.
it on the pod.
Dude, if you want a nice hot pepper honey trick, all you gotta do, hot pepper hummy. John, help me. Honey, hot pepper honey. And you do just a block of fucking cream cheese, hot pepper honey on top, and then you go with a little Triscuit.
with a bat.
Are you confusing that with hot pepper jelly?
Yes.
Because that's new.
Yes.
Because that's New
I will
England as
neither
fuck.
confirm nor deny, but yes.
You
Yes,
you could do both. You could do hot pepper honey jelly.
Oh,
Hot pepper honey, hot pepper jelly.
Yeah, why not? But do that. Because
Do
that
it.
shit is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
And on that note, I think it's time for our top 3s.
Yeah. 'Cause my mom's
Today's-
gonna come pick me up in 30 minutes. So.
Perfect. Top 3s.
what
Guys, I
today's
gotta
top
go home.
threes are top 3 ways Harry gets picked up by his mom.
One when I've fallen asleep in her lap, so she brings me upstairs.
When you fell asleep on the couch, so she threw you over her shoulder and threw you back in your bed.
That one time on that tricycle,
Yeah.
that was hot.
That was good.
That one time you fell asleep on the toilet. Had to-
Don't.
we were the other day we were heading into
Oh, is this
a
legit?
store.
no.
Oh, good.
The other day we were heading into a store to get some Christmas gifts, and Luke's and John went into one store. They went into Rite Aid, and I had to go into the paper store. I was walking in, and John's like, "All right, if you get out before us, meet us in Rite Aid. If we get out before you, meet us by the car." And Luke's is like, "And if we already took the car and left, call your dad."
It was good. But no. Today, the top threes are, in fact, top 3 things that get us the most fucking amped for the holiday season. Since it is the holiday season, as you can see in our studio.
It's the holiday
season.
season. Is Christmas music royalty free?
Some is.
Some is, yeah.
Well, we'll track
Usually
that
just
down.
like the instrumental stuff is.
Can
But
we
like if there's like
put
singing involved, then
just like a faint track of it in the background.
I can throw some in, yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's
We could-
on now.
we could slide it in. Right
What are you talking about?
Here,
It's playing
It's been
right
on.
now.
It's playing right now. It's Ben playing actually.
Ben playing. Nice to meet you. Anyway,
All right, who wants to go second? Because John's gonna go first. No, I'm
I'm
kidding.
not going first.
Harry's gonna go first.
You should go first, Luke.
I'm not
you
gonna
know
go.
he's
No.
Captain Christmas. He has
Yeah.
to round us off.
Gotcha.
All right. Yeah, make the Jew go first. That's fine.
Well, that's the irony. And John's the son of 2 pastors.
That's why we
so-
said holiday.
So my These aren't ranked,
Damn.
so if someone could,
We can
Had to
rank
do
them
it to
for
him,
you.
yeah.
I know you're not familiar with Christmas rankings on account of the jewelry.
Being
The
Jewish.
jury.
The jewelry.
Jewelry.
Harry is dripping in
Jewelry.
um,
Someone's getting upset.
Like, what the fuck are you excited for?
so every year do the big Thanksgiving Christmas feast.
Mm.
The tank
You eat
robot.
the roast beast.
A roast beast at this feast.
But it's always Christmas morning.
Mm.
Do a
Dinner, 6 a.m.
gigantic breakfast and
With locks.
Breakfast,
yeah,
4
we got lox
a.m.
and bagels. Dad makes the cheesiest of eggs. Ma usually does some like little bits of lobster and butter. But I think the thing I'm most thankful for this year
These holiday season.
is holiday season.
Everyone.
Someone count that kid. Is the maple brown sugar bacon.
Oh, mia amore, it's so good.
So good. Mom makes that every year, and it's the only time she makes it. I think she just waits.
Just because she doesn't like you that much.
Yeah.
It's because you're Jewish.
Wait a minute. In a house
Full of Jews.
full of Jews, on Christmas,
On
you
Christmas.
make bacon
And shellfish lobster.
and shellfish
yes.
lobster.
Lobster.
I always knew you guys weren't
Lobster.
good Jews.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very Jewry to me.
Yeah, and we break literally every kosher rule. when it
Yeah,
comes
well,
to
it's
that.
Every
Christmas.
Jewish
We're
law.
already doing Christmas.
They let a hog wild in their kitchen.
Guys, it's a Christmas law.
They drink milk eating bacon on the back of a
Yeah.
wild hog. And there's
Underneath
a
the
lobster in
Christmas
there.
tree.
Underneath the Christmas tree. You usually have a really nice Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mom does a good job.
She'll enjoy that. She'll enjoy hearing that.
Shout out Erica Lynn.
Again, unranked. Watching A Christmas Story with
Well.
the fam.
A Christmas.
And finally, lighting the menorah for 8 straight
Lighting
crazy
the-
nights.
Mach noch.
Nora.
That is
Chanukah.
that's
Chanukah.
the pronunciation right
Noch.
there. More
Is,
throat.
Is there ever a special? You guys ever do a special, like a more Jewish type dinner on actual nights of Hanukkah?
Oh, we used to do Shabbat
Kugel?
dinners a whole lot.
Where you just eat terrible
What about
fish.
Kugel?
Not
Kugel.
all right. Gefilte fish is fucking
Is
trash, and no one's
gefucked.
ever liked it.
I've wanted
Right.
to try gefilte fish.
It's not good.
It's not
I
good.
want to try it.
Okay.
It's like it's not even one fish. It's like a fish that you have to build.
Yeah, it's like the sausage equivalent of a fish.
Yeah, they make seafood sausage by the way.
Dude, what do
I
they-
like sausage.
What do they say? What do they say in Big Mouth during the? Is it Seder or is it
Seder,
Passover?
Passover
Yeah.
Seder.
Yeah, and Nick is there, and he Andrew invites Nick to the Seder,
Yeah.
and Nick's like, "Man, I'm so hungry," and Andrew's like, "Oh, Nick, dinner's still not for another 7 hours." He's like, "But we've already been here for 4 hours." He goes, "I know."
It's like you're enjoying this, aren't you? Oh, immensely.
Dude, the crackers and liver paste.
Matzah.
Liver paste.
The crackers and
And
liver
pate.
paste.
It's,
Matzah?
chopped liver.
Fucking love it, dude.
Yeah.
It's good.
So if you could rank those for me.
I think I'm gonna keep your number one.
Menorah.
True to your, true to you.
Yeah.
You know, as Kesha said, we are who
We are who
Right,
we
yeah.
are.
Damn, she was right when she said that.
I know.
Damn.
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 And then I would say, what were your other ones? I'm so sorry. I got hung
And
up
then
on
number
the
3 is pussy.
Wait, what'd you say for
The menorah is definitely
The
number
menorah's
one.
number
yeah.
one.
Christmas Story and the feast?
I think the
the
feast is
breakfast
at
feast.
least second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could agree.
It'd be
with that.
number one if you weren't Jewish,
Right.
but so it goes.
You are.
If you weren't
But you
different.
yeah. If you were like us,
If you weren't different,
that
that was a good one, Hair.
was good.
That was good.
For no, I'm kidding. No, there wasn't a
How
bad
far-
Christmas
how
list
far do
for
we
being
take
a
Jew.
A huge
Hey.
fan of Christmas.
Who wants next?
That's you,
Jay,
John.
you
No,
want
I
me
can
to
go
hit
next.
it?
I can go next. It's whatever
You want to go next? What do you want?
I want
Christmas
someone to
list.
go.
If I
Boy.
knew what I wanted, do you think we'd be doing this?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go next. You're right. I should go next.
I told you to go second like 5 minutes ago.
I'm sorry. I'm having a conversation right now,
Yeah,
Jason.
whatever.
This is weird considering most of the time you guys run your own podcast
Yeah.
while Harry or I are telling the story.
Sometimes we catch a mood, and I apologize, but I'm not sorry.
Could you imagine you guys like having a second set of mics.
Yeah.
Between, like,
The different
hey guys,
laptops.
we're here in the John and Lucas podcast.
It's like, this is only for our premium listeners.
And the podcast is called "We Are Who We Are."
Damn,
The
Kesha was right. We are who we are. Okay, so these are unranked, but I think I could rank them if I gave them a little bit more thought.
Just do it.
Maybe if I just took an extra
Your
10
heart-
to 8 minutes.
Your heart will
Let me
speak for
sit
you.
here in silence and just figure this out.
What if there was maybe someone else who could go while I think?
I thought to myself. All right, look, my number one is going to be decorating the whole damn house. I love decorating the whole damn house. Something that me and my mom do. We've always done it no matter what. It's just something that I've always been the youngest, so I've always been the spazzy, super excited about Christmas kid in the family. And my mom just loves that shit. So we kind of vibe together and we do the tree together. We put up lights
What was
fucking
it?
anywhere we
Hold on,
can.
what was my favorite bar memory is a glass of wine at like 8 a.m. and then who is it that she puts on the radio?
Dude,
Nat King Cole.
Nat King Cole.
Nat
Yeah.
King
Thank
Cole,
you.
dude. Yes. Dude, yeah. She doesn't do that anymore, but there have been, and she'll never admit it, but there have been mornings where the wine is in the hand.
Yeah.
Just watching
In
my little
full
eyes
effect.
glow. Right. Now that we're all older, it's
So
not
cute.
as exciting, but now that she has grandkids
Oh, it's
that are
exciting.
starting
Oh,
to
it's like
grow
getting
up,
exciting again.
exactly. It's new again for
John
her.
can no longer go and revert to a gigantic toddler.
And
Yeah,
have him
well,
poop
I
and
can.
Only with
I
other
just shouldn't.
smaller toddlers.
Yeah.
Right. Number two would be the movies. I love watching holiday fucking movies, dude. I love the golf clap encouragement because I'm ranking something for the first time. Dude, fucking The Grinch. Fucking, I love A Santa Claus 1 and 2.
Hey, well, take it easy. We're gonna do a top threes on movies,
Okay.
so hold off.
All right. So
Well,
then I'm
that's
just
John's
gonna.
three.
Yeah,
I'm
there's-
down.
there's
Then I'm
three.
just gonna mention this: that it is just like Harry said, A Christmas Story is just a movie that we will watch as a family a million times, and it'll never get old. What is it, TNT or is it AMC?
TBS.
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 24
That-
hours of a
24
Christmas
hours.
story.
That's right. 24 hours of that, and in that day, we'll watch it a million times.
I love falling asleep in the middle of the night and waking up to that, like, just where I left
Yeah,
off.
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
where you
Oh.
left off somehow.
You fall asleep at the beginning of it, you pass out, and then
You're back, like, 2 minutes later.
right,
Doesn't
Like, oh,
matter. You could fill it in with your mind anyway. Everyone's seen it.
right. And then my number three, which is newer, is the holiday drinks. I like a nice
Holiday drinks.
seasoned drink. Yeah, something
bit
that
of cranberry,
tastes
a
like
little bit of
Christmas is new to me.
Hot buttered rum.
Hot buttered rum.
eggnog.
I used to fucking hate eggnog.
I never tried it. I never tried it. I was so scared of it.
Yeah.
Eggs in a beverage.
Yeah,
Yuck.
That's what I was
Love
thinking, dude.
Eggnog.
You know what? You know what
You've
eggnog
already
is?
established
If
your
you-
love of eggs.
If you have ever, so I know this is not. This is probably going to be really exclusive, but if you've ever made your own ice cream, eggnog is straight up liquid ice cream base. It
That's
is
why it's
eggs, cream, hella sugar, and spices.
Damn.
And like hella vanilla.
Yeah.
And then you add booze to it. Like you could
Yes.
pour eggnog into an ice cream machine and get like a palatable
Right.
ice cream, right?
Yeah.
there.
Didn't we
tried.
do that last year? Didn't we do the eggnog at my
Yeah.
place when you guys came over after?
Yeah, we did. So what it is, I'll give you a little recipe because I remember it exactly.
Hit him.
It is you get the gingerbread Captain Morgan seasonal spiced rum.
Yeah.
You get some Baileys,
Yeah.
Baileys.
and then
Barrel
you
cream.
get your eggnog.
And you just whisk it up.
I thought you guys actually made your own eggnog.
Absolutely not.
No.
No. You know,
We're not
did
that
I ever,
crafty.
did I ever tell you about the time I catered a party in New London at Christmas time when I was in high school?
No.
No.
So it is a party, and if we have any local listeners at all, they might be familiar. The party is referred to solely as Nog.
Nog.
I feel like I
Nog.
remember hearing.
This
about
is a seasonal thing that it happens
Once a year, and this very wealthy family has had this party, and I don't know how it's been for the past few years, but Nog is like thousands of dollars worth of party.
What the
Like they
fuck?
had
How
me
do
they
I
had
get
me
invited?
cater it, and then they straight up make their own eggnog, and that's like the hit. That's the center of the
Right,
party.
right.
Is the guy that the man of
Sounds
the
good to
house
me.
is actively making eggnog in like a 60-quart stock pot.
Wait a second. How do we get in there?
Yeah. Can we crash this?
I don't know that it would happen this year. Maybe there's a
Oh,
digital
fuck,
nog,
you're
a
right.
Zoom nog.
Fucking COVID! God damn it! I just want
Look at that spike.
to have fun with my friends.
Yeah, but that's
And
like
some old folks in Nog.
yeah. So
Liquid egg.
and dude, when I say those fucking, they were, older people at the time, and they turned out on eggnog. Like when there were
Dude.
handles of booze that went into it. Like
Fuck,
those
man.
videos, every shitty like 5th year Banger Buddy, Barstool Sports
Yeah.
video that's like, you
Yeah.
got to finish this with 5 people who you doing
Right,
it with, and
right,
it's like a
right.
bunch of frat boys pouring booze into a
Yeah,
cooler
yeah.
and like 3 bottles of Gatorade. It's like that, but replace the Gatorade with like heavy cream and eggs.
Love
Dude,
it.
so you
And, like,
gained 10
spices.
pounds in 2 hours.
Yeah,
and just
it's like
get
you have like 2
absolutely
cups of it, and
so
you're
loaded.
fucked out. Like, you're
I
turned
would
out.
love that,
Like
dude.
rum, vodka, like
Dude.
all this, like liqueur, all
Dude,
this.
what
shit.
the fuck? I want to get fancy and get fucked up on eggnog.
We can do that here.
We are
Yeah, we just
gonna
have to do it in
this.
our own little coven.
Right.
I'm gonna have an eggnog and everything set by Black Friday.
A set.
Bet.
Nice.
What's a set of eggnog?
I'm
Just a
gonna
punch
have
bowl?
it set.
Oh, you're gonna have one made.
No,
No?
I'm gonna have one
Okay.
bought.
What's going on?
No, I'm gonna have one bought.
You're gonna make it. No.
A thought, but no.
Ooh, good call, but not at all.
I'm just gonna buy it.
And then add booze to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck,
You
maybe
guys
I'll
ever-
fuck around and get fancy for Christmas. Who knows?
Let's do it. You guys ever try some of the flavored eggnogs?
No.
Like,
I have.
My favorite is sugar cookie eggnog.
And
I bet that would be
It's like a
good.
Sugar cookie.
I bet that'd be good.
what's the point? Eggnog is already a flavor. At that point, you're just
But then,
it's
like,
just coffee creamer.
You don't fuck up a good thing, man.
Yeah, Harry, what the fuck is that? At that point, it's just coffee creamer. Yeah, you don't gotta fuck up a good thing, man. What the hell's wrong with you?
I would totally try
Immediately
it.
before, he's like, that sounds good.
But don't
Fuck is the
fucking ruin
matter
it.
with you?
Don't fucking call me out.
Fuck, man.
John, that was a great top 3.
Oh shit! Yeah, right.
So eggnog was your number 1.
So what was it? Eggnog,
And then eggnog.
and then the first one was eggnog.
Yeah.
Then sitting on the Nat King bowl was number
And
2.
then that's the morning. That's the morning after.
Bowl.
Dude,
Yeah.
that is so fucking funny. I love saying that.
Oh,
All right, Jason.
No
So-
disrespect to Nat King Cole, a legend.
Legend.
Number 3 would be ABC's 25 Days of Christmas.
Ooh,
On
good
as a
call.
TV, because they always bring
Well,
out like the classics, the
it's
old school.
Freeform.
Freeform. Now, sorry,
I
It
didn't
used
mean to
be ABC.
bring the mood down.
Yeah,
You want to talk about
The
Harry's
artist-
eggnog again?
the artist formerly known as ABC Family's
Yeah.
25 Days of
Oh yeah,
Christmas.
it's
Legit.
Because they
fucking
bring out like the
amazing.
OG claymation
so-
Rudolph,
Right,
like all
right.
that.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? Heat Miser and
Yep.
that
Santa
one,
Claus
Jack
coming
Frost.
to
I think that's
town.
Jack
Frost.
Frost.
Jack
and-
Frost,
yeah.
Rudolph
Nice-
the Red-Nosed
nice burger.
Reindeer.
Yep. So that's number 3. Number 2 would be how hard people ball out on like Christmas meals.
Oh, hell
Like
yeah.
the food stuff
hell
that
yeah.
comes out for
hell yeah.
Christmas time. I mean, if someone's gonna flex, like we think we flex at Thanksgiving, but
Oh, yeah.
Christmas is
Christmas.
like,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's where we
Thanksgiving's
hit
about the turkey. Christmas is about like the beef.
Right.
The ham,
Christmas is when you have the
right.
whole
Like-
fucking hog with an apple on the
Right,
table.
Yes.
exactly. Yeah,
Yes.
that's that. That's that shit.
Yeah.
And then
Fuck.
number 1 would probably just be like Christmas vibes in the
Mm.
world.
Hell yeah.
Like if you were to
Joy to the
go
world.
out, like it. Yeah, John. Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
I mean,
like
we
I
can say
love
that,
it,
sure.
and it's a little commercial, but I love it when like businesses put all their Christmas shit
Oh, yeah.
out.
Yeah, yeah.
I love like the transformation because around here it's like you go from dead sticks and
Mhm.
no greenery to
Then you walk into a Lowe's and it's just Christmas.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I really appreciate that. For some reason, I mean, as I get older, I find that I soften with it with age. I mean, even a few years ago, I'd be like, Christmas stuff. It's November 20th.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
What are you doing? Right, exactly. But now it's like, all right.
Max.
Yeah, now that I'm old and don't have as much to look forward to in life, like bring it on a little sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
right, right.
I'll take it. I need that hit.
Yeah.
So
Need that right in the good vein.
yeah. Can we just mainline this
Yeah.
Christmas cheer?
Dude, I would be a
Just
fucking
shoot me up with eggnog.
Christmas cheer IV.
Dude, I did tweet if cocaine gave me the same feeling that Christmas did, I'd be a drug addict.
yeah.
That's hot.
That's a good
That's
one,
a
right?
hot
That's
tweet.
bars.
Yeah.
It's a hot
I don't
take.
think Kesha said that, but she might have.
But she might have felt cocaine once. So
Or twice.
Wow.
Jay, that was.
it was a solid
I mean,
top three.
mine includes pretty much everything you guys have said.
Yeah.
So my number
How
3,
Wow.
my number
You want to do it last?
3,
It's like you came unprepared.
my number 3
Is the same as mine. I know.
is
Eggnog.
the music. It is the music.
The music.
I've been listening to Christmas music. Don't hate me since October
October
28th.
1st. Yeah.
October 28th was when I started listening to
When
Christmas
the
music.
playlist first appeared.
Yeah, and I've just been growing it ever since. It just makes me feel good.
It is.
It'll
a good,
bring me out of a deepest depression.
Yeah.
And
Feel good
I
music.
think Erica might kill him one of these days.
Yeah, because I play it so much, but I love it. It's great. The next one is definitely Christmas cookies with my Grammy.
Legendary event.
Wait, is that going to be on a Sunday this year?
I'm hoping that it even happens this year.
Oh, good point.
I'm
We're-
Instagram
yeah.
living
Shit.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will be doing something with that.
we could
but
do it. We could do it our own damn selves and just send the video to her. I think it would warm her heart.
yeah, I'll just need the recipe.
Yo.
But yeah,
That'd be
doing
sick. That's
I've
easy.
done
That's so
Christmas
easy.
cookies at my grandmother's house for as long as I can remember, and it's the same shit every time, but it's everything to me. We always listen to the same 2 albums,
Josh
2
Groban.
disc CDs in her fucking
Boombox.
boombox disc
Yeah,
thing,
dude.
and there is a team. It's me, my 2 cousins, and then whatever boys I bring, and Erica, and then
Oh yeah, no, Erica.
we'll have one team will be doing the cookie cutting with all these different cookie shapes that she's collected over the
The
years.
candy cane.
Yeah.
The larger and smaller snowman.
The Santa Claus
the
with
star.
hat.
Right.
The angel, that's this fucking big.
Yeah.
The ginormous
The Christmas
angel.
tree. And then sometimes y'all get fucking freaky with it and you make a ball cookie or some shit.
Oh, look, this
Like
one's
a-
hairy.
like a-
Harry usually makes a
Star David.
Star David.
Star David or a fucking menorah.
Yeah.
And Sai usually puts hot pepper in it.
Yeah.
What?
He usually he'll make like a cinnamon roll cookie.
Oh,
But then
yes.
sometimes he fucks with people and puts hot pepper in it, like
yep.
chili pepper.
Mhm.
So then when they yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
He got my dad almost every year for a while.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was really funny. But then the other team is just frosting. And there's green, there's red, and there's white.
That's it.
And
The
that's
Christmas
it.
colors.
And there's all these different piping bags, and there's like, you can just fucking dunk a cookie in it and call it good. There's fucking hundreds of cookies that we make that day. And it's a good thing. We listen to fucking Josh Groban's Christmas album. And we
Michael
listen to
Bublé.
Michael Bublé's Christmas album.
And the Christmas cookie making don't stop until we run out of supplies.
Yeah.
There
That's,
is
that's
So we
that.
could be there for hours.
Yeah.
There
right.
is a moment, like, away through, like, just a certain, like, exactly
Yeah.
the certain amount of time
Yeah.
in that every year we just stop caring about the frosting and just
Yeah.
start going,
Yeah.
all right, done.
Because we
Because
just
the-
want to use up the materials.
And also, one of my favorite things is that for the longest, ever since I've been a master chef at Cook and Craft mac and cheese, every
brag.
single year I will have to leave my grandmother's house, go to the
Go to the
store,
store, buy 4 to 5
Get
boxes.
4 to 5 boxes of multi-shaped mac and cheese, bring it back, cook it, and we'll sit and on this old ass, like probably a 12 by 12 box television with a VHS cassette built
Yeah.
into the TV. We'll put in fucking either like the old like cartoon Disney Robin Hood with the fucking fox, or we'll put in Monsters Inc. or some shit or whatever. Because that's all the movies she has.
Love it.
And we'll just watch that.
The house is still built for like grandkids, like
It is.
little grandkids.
And I feel like a grandkid,
Right.
especially on that day.
And one thing that I think is important to mention about that whole
Yeah.
event that we do every year is that she's not buying the dough and
Oh,
then like
no,
popping
no,
it
no.
open.
She's
When I
making
say
that boy from
we
scratch.
make When I say we make cookies until we run out of materials, I'm talking like
Until we run out of flour.
exactly like
And
flour
sugar.
and eggs and sugar and frosting and
Dude,
shit.
those
So-
are the
yeah.
are the leanest cookies I've ever
oh, they're
had.
so
Yeah.
fucking good.
No, I mean it's just like you want to talk about simplifying something
Oh,
down.
yeah.
yeah,
That's
To
it,
just
man.
pure
because
enjoyment.
they're basically construction drywall with sugar in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the charm is
Right.
that you just keep pushing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just keep pushing on them.
And then my number one is, in fact, the Christmas mood. And that includes trees, garland, music, fucking just everything.
Dude, living
The
room.
villages.
Oh, he loves the villages.
Love the fucking villages.
Living room, lights off,
Yeah,
lights
yeah.
on the tree on.
Oh,
You don't
Christmas
you don't
movie
even
on.
need
Fireplace.
fireplace. You don't even need music. Like you can just
no.
sit there. And
You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. We did that
Yeah.
last night. Oh no, we did have music, but
I think one of my favorite scenes from A Christmas Story is when it's at the very end when the mom and dad are just in the living room looking at
drinking
the tree.
and like
Yeah.
oh
and
Yeah.
just every light in the house is off, and it's just the tree. And it's like
Yeah.
that.
Right.
I want that
Yeah.
in
Right.
my life.
Yeah.
Legit.
It's
makes,
fucking-
makes your heart hurt.
It-
It's
yeah,
just so
it's everything, man.
pure.
Yeah,
It's
man.
everything.
I think that honorable mention would be letting the house just glow from Christmas shit
Mhm.
instead of having like
Candles in the
actual lights
window.
on. Yeah.
Honorable mention: dressing up as the Krampus and scaring the local children.
Oh yeah, we do that every year.
Yeah.
I was asked a this, or like more of a would you rather. Would you rather never celebrate Christmas again or never celebrate your birthday again?
The birthday's gone.
and the
Goodbye.
birthday's fucking gone.
The
every
birthday
time.
is like a
Every-
6-hour event.
Yeah, every day of the
max.
week, dude. Birthday's gone.
Yeah.
My birthday could be gone and I wouldn't care. It's just summer. I fucking drink every day anyways. It doesn't matter. Nothing's different.
Right.
Yeah. I don't get presents on my birthday. I don't expect to get like it's Christmas, man.
It's fucking Christmas.
Fucking Christmas. It's Jesus, man.
Look,
Scotty,
it is
Scotty.
literally Jesus, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's
Fucking-
that. And I hope you're ready for some Christmas shit.
Yeah.
'cause obviously we are.
For some
I
of
want-
you, it's a little early, but for us, we just couldn't wait.
For some of
early
you, just get over it. The others, thank you for coming.
I have a comment just before we depart because I just thought of it would be because I don't want anything for Christmas this year.
Okay.
Too
You know what I
bad.
want? I want a little more. I want a little more love.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
times have been tough.
Yeah.
And I only expressed that because someone at work, a server, she was kind enough to compliment me on my booty the other day.
Hell yeah. She
Every
did.
man.
So if
There's
anyone
a
has
boo-boo.
any women
If anyone
specifically
thinks
towards
Jay's
men,
ass looks good,
hit me up.
I don't know.
Beyond that,
Beyond that.
so if you got a compliment to pay to someone, male or female, maybe dudes don't go complimenting ladies' butts
'Cause that's creepy.
Yeah,
Because
a
it's
little
weird. Ladies, feel free to compliment most dudes' butts.
Mhm.
Dudes don't usually collect on the compliment front,
Yeah.
so feel free to fill that gift card out.
Yeah. I
But I
dig
would
that.
say, in the mood of Christmas moving forward and giving thanks, just if you have something kind to say to someone,
Yeah.
anyone at all, just say it.
Yeah.
You know, how awkward could it possibly be to be like, "Hey, like you look great today."
Right.
You
And
look
then
great
expect
today."
nothing in return.
Expect
Right.
you don't need anything in
Yeah.
return because it feels good. Like one
Just to
time,
tell someone.
I complimented
Tis the season.
someone managing a cat, like just a cashier checkout, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "You have awesome hair." She did. She had the sickest fucking hair. And
Yeah.
I was like, "You have great hair," and it's like it just felt like a million.
Working
bucks.
in customer like service, getting that from anyone, be like, oh wow, you look like really good today, or did you get a haircut, or fucking whatever. It feels so good. It makes
Yeah.
the day worth. That entire day is just no matter what happens.
Yeah.
It's a good day,
It's crazy what something small like that can do.
especially
for
when it's from
somebody.
a stranger too.
Yeah.
But,
Totally.
yeah.
So moving forward, with that in mind, thank you guys so much. Go out there. Times are tough. Mask up, but you can still compliment someone on their mask.
Yeah,
that
you
shit
can
is
go
sick.
up and find yourself a masked up shardy and be
And
like,
if you would like
Masked up
mask
shirt.
to be complimented on, BBMT has masks.
We
I
do-
saw someone in the restaurant. One of the people that came to the event
Oh,
was
fuck.
rocking their BBMT
No
mask.
shit.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah,
hell
yeah.
yeah.
So
That was a elite move.
Yeah, that was.
absolutely.
Yeah, collabing
Um,
with that event.
So included with the masks, obviously we have our shirts. We have the Movember shirt, Big Boys, Bigger Men. Check that on
It's
our
coming
website, bbmtstore.company.site. Check out that Sedona merch. That's all on there. You can pre-order all those and look forward to more merch after that.
You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at BBMT Podcast. It's the same handle, baby. It's so easy to find us. So our link is in the bio for the shirts.
There is a rumor going around that there's a BBMT sweater in the works.
Oh, something like that.
Christmas season.
Might be. Might be. We'll see how good you little boys and girls are.
Ooh.
We'll see. We'll fucking see. Calm down.
Ho!
We'll fucking
ho!
And with that, we'll see you in the next one.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.